Aemond, is that you? Rhaenyra's taken the King's Landing. She and her 6 dragons. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Aemond? She's taken everything. Do you not care? Do you have nothing to say?
Have you always had that dress? It's a nice kind of green. Do you ever wear green? Or I don't really see you wear that color too much.
Your grandmother made this for me. But that's besides the point, Aemond. The dragons.
We don't need to worry about them, Mother. I got us perfectly protected with Vhagar. I'm more worried about you and how difficult those clothes must have been to put on.
Why do you care about the dress? It doesn't matter. There's dragons everywhere. She's taken all of it. What are we gonna do now?
Taking lamb chops, okay? Little side of southern wine, come with sweet stuff, okay? Me, you, Harrenhal, deserted castle, Alice, creepily staring at us. What do you say?
I give up. This isn't even worth my time. I'm just gonna turn myself in.
Wait, what do you mean? So we're not banging? Like at all? Nothing. Seriously, nothing. Nothing? Like a little smidge.
Me and Travis are going to be talking about House of Dragon today. The finale comes out this Sunday, and I'm very excited to see. We're going to do a quick update when that comes out, let you guys know, give a little reaction to that. But, Travis, what are your predictions for the season finale, and how do you think it's going right now?
Honestly, I didn't even realize that the finale was coming up so quick.
Yeah, dude, doesn't it felt really quick.
How many episodes is that?
I think it's 7 or 8.
7? Yeah. I mean, we've said this a ton on the podcast before, but I wish there would go back to like just a little bit longer seasons, because even though a lot happened this season, it's like you could definitely do with a couple more episodes.
Yeah, I mean, they were an hour long each.
That's true.
Mean? Like hour long. I mean, I said this in one podcast too, where I was like, I like 1 hour, 8 episode, weekly release. I think that's my favorite. Game of Thrones did it first, and I think it worked like the way that it did, and I like the way it is now, and I mean, it makes me excited for the season finale, because now it's like something to look forward to.
Yeah, and then we're cut off for like another 3 years, so that's what's true. Not to look forward to.
But it's in a weird state right now. What did you think about the recent episode?
I was honest. That was definitely, I think, the couple scenes in there were like the best of the episode, and then like
some of the worst.
Yeah, some of the worst at the same time.
So I was like, like my emotions that whole episode were everywhere. I was literally I was like, whoa, and then I was disgusted. And then I was amazed, and then I was perplexed.
I just, as far as like the Aemon and his mom thing, I didn't, I haven't read the books,
Yeah,
so I don't know how much of that is like
it's
in there, but
probably in there worse, if we're being honest.
Probably 10 times. So it probably actually was his mom in the book, but still, it's not like, I don't think the fans were out there dying to see that, like they're dying to see the dragons and shit, how many people like probably right back in and want like we want more dragons and we want more like Targaryens and all this stuff. I don't think anybody was writing in letters be like, that scene in Harrenhal.
If you guys know what we're talking about, we're gonna be kind of talking about spoilers of this one, but if you guys know what we're talking about, I'm just glad that it was a fake out. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad it wasn't actually her, because that shit was nail curling, dude. I was like, I skipped it. I skipped it. I skipped that whole scene, and then they were like talking about it later in the episode about it, and it kind of gave more context, and I was like, oh shit. And so I rewatched the scene, but because I learned what actually happened, I wasn't so grossed out.
I literally, as soon as I realized what was happening, like more than the first time when they kissed, which was like
too much for me.
Already too much.
Yeah.
And
that was actually her too. Which is weird.
I know, which is still weird. They didn't really explain like
he's got mommy issues. The whole point is Aemon's got mommy issues, and so does Daemon. Daemon's got mommy issues too, because he had a dream when he was doing it with his mom, which was also weird in like season 2. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
It was really weird, and that's when I was like, what the fuck? And then they actually started like doubling down this season, and that was crazy. But what do you think?
Double down, did they?
They doubled.
Well, my point was like I don't know what. I don't think it progressed the story at all. I don't think it's really served.
No, like we already, I agree, because we already knew he had problems with his mother. Did you really need to show him do it? Well, because if you look at the scene, he, when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you an heir," he's like freaking out. At that point, he's like, "Get off of me!"
Yeah.
Because he. But here's the thing: was he freaking out because he realized that it wasn't his mom, or was he freaking out because he realized that this was going too far because it was his mom? Because
But it's like,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just don't want to be in the, like, as the viewer. I don't, you see, as just a guy on my couch, I don't want to have to ask myself that question.
Right.
It's like,
I'm looking at George R. R. Martin like, brother, come on, man. I'm a little tired of all the stuff you got going on, Like, after Game of Thrones, you're like, how worse can they make it? And then you watch this, and you're like, oh, my God.
I don't know the reason why he does, like, so much, incest and, like, weird family shit. Like,
so...
like, why does he
Yeah.
do that? Like,
You
why
have to
did
question.
it's like so like written into his stories?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even question it. It's just part of Game of Thrones now.
Yeah, and reading it, you'd think, like, why? Like, reading it's crazier. Because just like you're reading Lord of the Rings, it's like you get the words, like the literal, like, what he's thinking word by word. And, like, in Game of Thrones, that's what you're getting. And it's just... like, oh my God, it's just so many things are so weird. And watching it is even worse. But what do you think of, like, the whole Hightower thing? Like, do you think Ormond, like, with the whole reveal of him taking their dragon rider, like him switching teams, that one guy, remember at the end where he's like, yeah, I'm going to join you now? I knew that was going to happen just because of shit I saw on YouTube or whatever, but what do you think's going on with that?
I think it's actually really good, like, because like I said, I haven't read the books, but I've been wondering, everyone knows at the end of, like, all this, like, all the dragons are dead and, like, everyone's, just kind of massacred basically. But throughout the show, I've been feeling like no matter what, Rhaenyra is still, like, why she obviously should just murder everybody, So I've been wondering how, like, like, what the hell happened? Like, she had 6 dragons and, like, armies and, like, everyone sworn to her, but then it's like her opposition so far has been, it really only been just the one dragon, Vhagar. And it's like, so how, I've been thinking, well, how the fuck did he, like, overthrow all of that? But since they introduced the high towers, and it's like, so that's how they did it. They didn't fight him directly. It was like there was this guy that was weakening them from the inside.
Exactly.
It makes a lot of sense,
Right,
because
to take down an empire, you gotta do it from within.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, he's like the perfect guy to do it too.
Yeah, he's honestly so well written. He's so, like, I hate him. You hate him, but you're also like, damn, he's clever.
I hate him, but he's one of my favorite characters now. He's
He's
a
like
good
slowly
guy.
becoming one of my favorites because he's so childish, like the way he acts, like when he reacts to stuff, like when they're playing the chess game when he's with Daemon.
Yeah, that scene,
Right?
and he, like, gets so mad
Wipes
that he
the
made a
board.
mood.
And because it shows that he is so against losing, especially because he's a Targaryen. That's why. Daemon, he knows that he has that Targaryen blood, and that's why he said it in one episode. He's like, we got to get, the bad part of you out.
Yeah.
The Targaryen part, and then we don't like that part. So he has so much resentment for this kid, though he knows that he holds the name and the power. And so it pisses him off in his mind so much that he has to use this Targaryen boy to his end.
I didn't think about that. That's why he's so angry, is because it's
personal too.
What's the kid's name?
Daemon.
Daemon? Yeah, because Daemon in that episode, he was like, I can sit on. He would sit on the throne, but he can't, so he uses me, something like that.
Exactly.
And so that's why he's so mad, is because he knows he can't, like, he can't be the one to take over everything. He's got to use this little kid to do it.
And he hates the kid because he's Targaryen. And his whole point is that he, like, remember he said in the episode, he goes, the Targaryens use their power with dragons and blah blah blah, but we use the power of like our wits and cleverness and all that.
Nuts.
Yeah, we put our nuts to the wall. But I love them. I love that whole scene, especially when those guys came to murder Daemon. Those secret guys that came in and they were like there to murder Daemon secretly.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one because it showed that you might be clever, but he's so wanting that validation, like Rhaenyra, that he put down his guard enough to literally invite assassins in without him knowing, and that must have pissed him off even more. Because he's like, how foolish can I be? Because, and then, who figured it out was Daemon and Gwaine. And now he's got another reason to be mad, because here's this Targaryen that they're not supposed to be smart or witty, like he said. Yet he was smart enough to know that these were assassins, and he didn't.
He's smart and witty.
So
Holy
he's a
cow.
great written character. At the end, he got his little hurrah by getting that one dragon rider to his side.
Yeah.
And so that was good.
Honestly, what's his nuts? Olaf or Olaf? Let's call him Olaf. Ulf. Yeah, Ulf to him. I feel like that guy, freaking, man, he's going to die so quick.
And he's a fool.
Yeah, he's going to die.
The same reason is the Hightower, Ormond. He knows that this guy wants validation. He wants a tower. He wants lord. He wants all these things. Castle. And so he offered him a castle and all that shit.
But it's like, how is he's in the same position that Rhaenyra is, because they're all just living.
making false promises. How is he going to do that? That's if you win, bro.
Yeah, he himself is like cornered in
Right.
his own castles, you know, with like just holding on to his like nuts by.
And
like,
the whole time he's glazing Ulf while he's saying it. He's like, they treated you wrong. Like we're gonna treat you right. Like you're right. You should be a lord. You're smarter than like and he's here. He's telling him everything he wants to hear.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted.
And like that's how I can kind of see like how he evened the tides pretty quickly because he already got one dragon, even though it's like a shitty dragon and a rider, that'll still at least like maybe kill one dragon or an entire city at least.
And now he's got 2. And then
And then so what's he gonna do next? What do you think his like giant move is? Because they didn't say
That's what I
that.
want to talk about.
Yeah, I have honestly, if I think about it, what would his giant move be? He's got like a small dragon, and he's got his
I
army.
want to say he has technically 3 because of Vagar. Vagar's still out there, and he's on Aemon's side, and technically
that's
Aemon
true.
is still a green.
I don't know if like Aemon is gonna be on anyone's side though in the end.
And Aemon, remember the end with him revealed Sunfire still alive, and he burned the
Yeah,
whole earth. He's
Aemon.
part of the greens technically, so that's 4 dragons against 6,
that is
and one of
true.
them being Vagar. That's pretty even.
If they all come back and unite
Right.
and then try to put
Right.
Aemon back on the throne, but
But are they? Because
Yeah,
they
he-
want him dead. Technically, Alicent technically wants both of her sons dead.
yeah, no one knows that he's even alive. It like
There's
just
so many
happened.
things. So now it's more of like the positions being set up for Daemon. Daemon, the High Tower, Alicent's son, the redhead guy that we're talking about. Remember the guy? He's cast to play Link, by the way, which is really cool. That's a rumor.
Dude's got a square face, but anyway.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. It's more of him now being the heir. It's more of him being set up.
So you think he's actually going to have a good shot of going on the throne over like everybody
Yeah.
else that's in play? Why would he go up
I
top?
mean, look at him. Especially like for who you want as a king, he's humble. They're setting him up as this good guy that you would want as a king, and he is. He's not evil. He doesn't want to kill people all the time.
Just
He's
wants to
kind.
go away.
He's like, yeah, he just wants to be just like Jon Snow. The best kings are the ones that don't want to be king, right? So it's like he is like being set up for that. That's my opinion. And they introduced him this season. I mean, what else is he there for if they're going to?
That's true. That is a good
Do you know what I
theory.
mean? They're
Because the
gonna-
Targaryens do end up still sitting on the throne
Yes,
for like another while,
100,
or
150 years.
Yeah.
150 plus years, I think.
And then Game of Thrones starts.
Yeah, so it's Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Actually, it's 200 plus years because Night of the Seven Kingdoms is 100 years before Game of Thrones, and then it's 150 years after Blood of the Dragon. So 200 years, the Targaryens still reign after this. So regardless, there's gonna be a Targaryen.
Yeah, that's what we know. And there's Targaryens on either side, so that's why it's hard to.
I mean, I know, like technically, like I know what happens.
Honestly, I don't.
I'm not gonna say anything there.
Yeah. Well, I know a little
Obviously.
bit. Like I've seen a couple things.
A lot of people
like,
die. That's all
yeah,
you need to know. A lot of people die.
That's what I know. See, that's what I was saying. I have no idea. It's like everybody dies, all the dragons are
Right.
dead, but it's like it's kind of confusing how we
Right.
got to that point of like every single dragon dying.
And that's why it's
you
called
know?
like the Dance of the Dragon. Is it like it was this slow waltz of like like dying, like this person dies, Jace dies, you know what I mean? Oh, Otto died.
Everybody, everybody.
Jacaerys died first, and now Aemon they think is dead, and now so it's just a lot of death. Like that's the whole point of this is to show that there was this giant civil war between the Targaryens, and then that leads into the Blackfire rebellions, which comes
Yeah.
right after this.
And it's because they were like all weakened and like they
Yep.
lost all their dragons and stuff.
And
so
pretty
they
much
didn't-
what happened was one of these kings was an asshole. And before he died, he decided to legitimize all of his bastards. So he legitimized all his bastards before he died just to literally, just to fuck everything up before he died, literally. And that started the Blackfire Rebellion because then you had this one guy who wanted to claim to be king because now all of a sudden he's got the entitlement because his king said, all my bastards are legitimized. And so that started the Blackfire Rebellions. And then they ended up winning against the Blackfire. So they ended up, killing all the rebels. That's pretty much what they were rebels.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then the throne was reunited, but then by that point, I'm pretty sure all the dragons died.
Yeah, I think there were a few, but like we never. There was like 3 or 4 left alive, but we never know what happened to them.
Yeah,
We don't know for sure if they died, but it's like they probably did.
and like with Helena, that part I wanted to get into that. So she's the Helena,
Oh yeah, where she's been like.
she's the dreamer.
Yeah, I didn't. What was that giant dragon that she was on? That
That's
was
the
pretty cool.
mother of 3 of the other dragons, actually, which is funny.
Huh.
Because they're all same thing like they do with the Targaryens. They incest the dragons, and so that's the mother of 3 of the other dragons. And it's a cool one. It's purple,
Yeah.
And her name's what's her name? Is it Dreamfire? It's Dreamfire, which is just a
Dreamfire.
badass name, especially for her being a dreamer.
And just being purple like that, that's like a
it's
dream
really-
color.
Yeah, exactly. And she had that whole vision of her on the dragon, saying Dracarys and burning all those people in like a castle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so that's interesting because like the whole reason the Targaryens lived and they were the last of the dragon people is because Daenerys the Dreamer had the dream to move from Valyria before it blew up. Like, I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that? So
Oh,
basically,
really?
like, what happened was one of the Targaryens back in Old Valyria, where all, like, the people who had dragons lived with the Valerians and all those other houses, she had a dream that the place blew up. Like, that Valyria literally got destroyed in this crazy cataclysmic thing, which was the doom of Valyria.
Yeah.
And she had a dream, so she told her family, and then she told everybody else, but they were like, you're crazy. You're wild. You're just coming up with sites. They were like, fuck, we believe it, and they left. So the Targaryens left, and that's why they went to Dragonstone. Because Dragonstone is where the Targaryens first lived after they left Essos to go to Westeros, because the Old Valyria blew up. So Old Valyria blew up, the Targaryens had what's Daenerys the Dreamer, and she knew it was going to happen, so they lived. So they left, went to Dragonstone. Aegon the Conqueror said, yo, look at all this land, right? And he took his 3 dragons and his sister wives, and he took over the 7 kingdoms, and blah, blah, blah.
He did that shit.
And that's like, so it's important when you're a dreamer. When you're Helena and you can do that stuff, you can see the future, pretty much.
When all that stuff was coming up with her, I think what's going to happen is like it's going to drive Rhaenyra some sort of crazy.
Yeah.
She's not going to give her what she wants, or she's going to tell her something that like, that's going to come to pass that's like super bad for her, and she's going to just fucking lose it and start, I don't know.
Let me give you. I agree. That's literally what I was going to say. It's like Anakin. Okay, he was told a future that he is now doing everything he can to prevent, and because he's doing everything he can to prevent, it goes horribly wrong, and he turns into Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Same thing with Rhaenyra. She like, and they showed it. I just remembered they showed that scene where she's up on Helena's face and she's like, "Tell me I prosper. Tell me I win." She's losing her shit.
It's just like I'm seeing horses and
Yeah, she's
and the
like,
sunset,
chickens in the yard. You know what I mean? I got time for this. But yeah, so just like that, that's pretty much what's going to happen. Is Helena is going to tell her what's going to happen, and I think she knew. Like when Rhaena went up to her and she's like, "Tell me, Rhaenyra," and she's like, "Tell me what happened." She knew. She just didn't tell her for her safety, her sake, because if she said, "You're going to lose, you're not going to win, this is going to happen," she would go crazy.
Yeah.
And Helena knows that her life, her mother's life, everyone she loves' lives would now be in danger.
Yeah, why would she tell her
Right.
that she's the truth about it?
Exactly. Even if she did prosper or not prosper, the best thing she could do is tell her nothing. And I think she knows that.
She's probably seen the futures already
Good theory. So my theory, this is my theory, what's going to happen.
of how the season ends.
Yes. Rhaenyra is going to big loss. Huge loss. She's going to have some loss that is going to drive her over the edge. So like the whole, and it's setting up Daenerys' bloodline, even though I don't agree with that whole fucking season ending. Shows why she went crazy a little bit, right? It's in her blood. The Targaryens are crazy.
That's what I think they're trying to reprimand too. Is they're doing a better job of showing why a
It's like
character
Star
would
Wars.
break.
Why did Emperor Palpatine come back? Mandalorian show, Ahsoka show, to explain it all. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're explaining it a little bit, right? They're giving Daenerys a little more reason as to why she went crazy.
Like, no, guys,
it happened
please
before. It happened before.
Please change the reviews on the last episode.
Yeah, guys, it was great. So like that's what I think is going to happen. Is she's going to have a big loss of some sort. Ormond is going to get the plus up.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be deaths on both sides, but it's going to be more on Rhaenyra's.
Yeah, I think walking away, Rhaenyra is going to be taking a massive L. I think
Huge
her
L.
dragons there's definitely going to be some dragon death. There's going to be at least maybe 2, 3,
There's
4
gonna be
dragons
in
dying.
this finale. We promise that.
There has to be.
There has to be some dragon deaths because is Sheepstealer dead? Right, like that whole part where the dragons came and right, she was with Daemon was with her daughter Rhaena, right?
Yeah.
And she's the crazy one living in the woods with the dragon. They showed Sheepstealer getting up, but they didn't show him dead.
Yeah.
He just like inked off away. You know what I mean?
They would have showed him. I mean, like, this is just how shows goes. They would have like showed him dead if they wanted him dead, but the fact they showed him limping away and they didn't like finish the fight.
But Sunfire. Remember at the end of when Sunfire, which is Aemon, when they fell off, everyone thought Sunfire was dead.
Yeah, so if he can take that, then Sheepstealer could definitely
That's what I'm
take a
saying.
beating
So
too.
with dragons, they're different, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they love resurrecting the dragons for some reason. So like Sunfire's cool, and that's badass, dude. That shot with him and Aemon's face and then Sunfire's face.
Yeah.
That's a cool ass like
Well, just
That's
the
cool.
parallels they're like really trying to show between them.
Like
you know,
they're
that
like
they're-
interconnected. These two.
Yeah,
Like
and
he is the dragon type of thing.
Well, I didn't know if did you just say that like it's the one side of the face the dragon is burned and the other side is Aemon's face burned. So it's like
Oh, is it? Is it
yeah,
like literally
it's
opposite?
so it's just a full burned face
That's
if you look at it like
dope.
that. Yeah, it's not the same side.
That's
So I don't
dope.
know. It's pretty cool like that. And something I don't know how they really wanted to show this, but part of the reason he got burned and like burned in the face so bad was that he was supposed to be like the most beautiful dragon, but
He was the most beautiful dragon.
yeah,
Sunfire,
that's why they
yeah.
named him after the sun and all that blah blah blah. But now he's just got this like burned, messed up face. I don't really know what that means or like
Symbolism wise, you mean?
yeah, like I don't know what the point of that is, but he was this super beautiful dragon and he's like had this terrible time and so as, you know, his master, now he's got like this all gnarled up face.
Yeah.
Is it like
I think that's it.
it's
I
like
think you
him
nailed it.
coming back for revenge, you know?
I think you nailed it. I think it's literally it's to show obviously a transition of like a stage of life, right? They're both in a different stage of their life.
Yeah.
Like they used to be.
They're
because
not what they were anymore.
Exactly.
They're different from what they were.
They're
'cause-
different than what they were, and they're better for it because
Yeah.
he was beautiful because Aemon was considered like a good looking king.
yeah,
too.
he was like a beautiful guy
Yeah, and
too.
he rode the dragon that was also beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He was full of himself, and that's why what's his nut Strong, the guy, the cripple that's following him around, is like, you're a terrible man.
Yeah.
and he needed to hear that because he's full of himself. He's full of shit, and you know it's pretty much to humble both of them. It humbled Sunfire and it humbled him by making them not the only thing they thought.
yeah,
they
the
were,
dragon
which
was
beautiful.
probably arrogant too, which
Yes.
is why he was so
They have the same
hell-bent on,
personality.
like,
There's
yeah.
a reason the dragons choose their masters because they're the same guy. Like you
Mm.
literally have to think the dragon is exactly like the rider, and vice versa. They have the same emotions. If the rider is angry, the dragon's angry, and you know if the a guy's in danger, the dragon's even feel like it's in danger. Like literally, they're a part of each other. That's why they say all the time, like, "I am the dragon." Like,
I just thought of a pretty good parallel exactly like that where the dragon and the rider are similar. Like they're exactly the same. You know how Damon's he always says like he's by himself. He doesn't feel anyone, like, you know, he always feels alone except for when he's with his dragon.
Yeah.
But his dragon, I never thought about this. His dragon is different than every
Every
single
other
other
one.
dragon. There's no other dragon like his.
Yep.
So his dragon feels the same probably because he
yeah.
looks, he's like
Are you talking about
Caraxes.
Bloodworm?
Yeah.
The
Bloodworm.
Bloodworm Caraxes, yeah.
Yeah, he's like this long snake dragon
Exactly.
with like, you know, fins on his tails and stuff.
Yeah, Caraxes is honestly my favorite looking one out of all of them, I think.
Yeah, just because he's so different.
Yeah, he's so different, and the red looks cool, and his sound, literally everything about him. He looks great, sounds great.
He's like just the
His
coolest one.
rider's the coolest.
Yeah, he's the coolest
Yeah.
freaking one.
Yeah, he's the coolest one. I think second, I love Dreamfire just because the purple is neat.
Dreamfire,
I think it's
that
neat
one's
that she's
cool.
the mother of like a bunch of cool dragons. I think that's neat.
I would say my second favorite is probably Sheep Stealer.
Yeah.
I like him the most
Yeah, just
too.
all fucked up is kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
I like that, and like I love how like they're making the rider just like the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's like my favorite part about this. It's so like, cause great, it's about the dragons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's finally like we're getting like the whole connection, and yeah, so that's cool.
They really are showing that a lot more, is that the riders are like way more connected to the dragons than we think.
Right. And they're showing that the dragons or that the riders actually don't have as much control as they think. Just like the dragons don't control the riders don't control the dragons.
I thought it was cool too how at the end when like they were all going to fight Sheep Stealer. What's Damon's kid's name? What's her? You know,
Rhaena.
Yeah, Rhaena.
There's so many names, right?
I liked how in the end when they were doing that fight scene, she was like, you know, he does not heed me.
Yeah.
But he did heed her a little bit. He
Little
was starting to like
Because of her emotion.
yeah.
She could tell that she didn't want this to happen, and he's like, okay. Because like I just love that you could tell. Like there's just the similarities are so, I love it. It's good. It's like the best part of the dragon stuff. I love the interactions between the dragon and the rider. Those are like my favorite
Yeah,
parts.
honestly, that's like all my favorite shit is like the dragon
Yeah.
battle scenes, the
Right.
dragon fights,
The war
and
fights
like
and everyone
yeah.
dying and burning. And,
Dragons blowing the ships up, like that's why Game
Yeah.
of Thrones is so good.
Yep.
It just have all that good stuff.
yeah,
in it.
it's like it's not. I love Game of Thrones because it shocked the world in general because it. Well, I guess Song of Ice and Fire. Okay, we love the whole world because it's not afraid to hold back. You like this person, it could kill him, bro.
yeah.
It'll kill him, but for good reason. Usually, you know what I mean. Like Rob dying and Caitlyn dying in the Red Wedding, hated it. But dude, it was such amazing writing. You were like, you can't deny that this is fantastic. And like, even though he was like your favorite character, And they were trying to tell you it in season 1. They go, you like Ned Stark? Be careful, because he's dead. And then you started loving Robb Stark, and you're like, there's no way he dies, right?
I just can't imagine what the finale of this show is going to be. Is it going to be like 1 season more, maybe?
No, dude, they are going to go. They said, like, for example, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is going on for like 15 seasons.
What the what?
Yep. Because the story of Egg and Duncan is so long. Because Egg, spoiler, not really, because obviously this is the whole point. He becomes king.
Yeah.
At one point, right? And Duncan is his knight. And their whole life is insane. There's a reason why Joffrey's reading that book and he's like, oh, 4 pages for Sir Duncan. He must have been a great man, is because he was, and he did so much shit. And the way they died, spoiler, obviously they die, is also a crazy
Super
moment.
up and violent.
Yeah, it's super fucked up violent, but it's also a crazy turning point for the whole world of Game of Thrones. Like, stuff goes really wrong because of Egg's death.
Oh yeah, isn't Egg's son the Mad King?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his. Yes, and Daenerys is his granddaughter. That helps. His great granddaughter. Egg.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah, so
then it gets up because Jon Snow is Daenerys's nephew, even though they're into each other.
nice.
Yeah, it's a whole weird thing.
Yeah, never gets old, man. Never gets
Weird.
old.
Yeah, literally, he was born from his sister's. Yeah, it's weird. Yep. It's kind of the whole Daemon and Rhaenyra thing. Like, literally, it's the same relationship as that.
I know. I feel like everyone so
Her
glosses
is the
over
uncle.
that. They don't even really show that
they
they're like.
gloss over it so much
Yeah.
now. I always forget. Like, sometimes when they're doing intermittent relationships, I'm like, oh, dude, they're so good together. And then I go, holy shit, this motherfucker.
You kind of forget they're supposed to be married because they don't show it at all.
I think that's a point, too, is they're trying to show that Rhaenyra's alone.
Yeah.
That she's going to lose her shit. She's got no one on her side. And she thought that she was destined for this, and she about to lose her shit. That's how I think it's going to end.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Rhaenyra takes an L and she takes what she has left and just whoosh,
And then just Dracarys to absolutely everyone and everything. Yeah. Well, let us know what you guys think about House of the Dragon. We're really excited for the season finale. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out our other videos. Check out our shorts, Instagram, please. Really helps us out. But besides that, Tyler's not here, so I'm just gonna do it. Leftovers out. Appreciate it.